Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today, since it's Sunday, I want to make another video. Last time I couldn't have a little bit time to complete the test that I wanted to show you the most. Right now in CPU-Z we have the processor overclocked to 4 GHz, and I also run the Cinebench R15. It's very popular, and as you probably know, it shows the performance of the CPU, and also the performance test 8, the evaluation version as usually. I also have here the real temp 3.70 open, and first we're gonna start with the CPU. Is clocked at at 4 GHz. Pardon. Having the multiplier set to 20 and the bus speed to 200, and the QPI link at 3.2 gigahertz megahertz, pardon, and it just gives me a very stable 4 gigahertz, and the motherboard is Gigabyte, as you know from my previous videos. The timings RAM are here, are presently 12 GB in dual channel 9922. Let's start with the Cinebench R15 that is shown here in my I benched the CPU as I told you, and I managed to obtain a decent score compared to the i5 750 that I had before in my computer. Right now we have 577 the score, and we are close to the i7 3720QM CPU that is having 590, but we're not close to the i7 3770 CPU that is clock at 3.4 GHz and running, and the score is 662. Yeah, the processor reached when to 67 degrees, and now we're going to make another demonstration to show you how the CPU is performing. I want to the very important thing when you're doing that, and especially when you're having the stable overclocking, is best to increase the speed of the fan to the maximum, especially the CPU, because when it's bench, all the components that you're trying to bench will be stressed out a lot, and it's very important to do that. So let's run the CPU once again, and in my right corner we see in speed fan, pardon, the temps for the CPU that is right here. Then it should be running 67 or 65 degrees Celsius. Now we're gonna go start. Our CPU, it's reaching 64 degrees Celsius. It seems that somehow it got stable at 63, 65. So the processor reached 66, 67. I saw right here the 67 degrees, which is fine. And the score, we're having 596. So yeah, anyway. Let's decrease the speed of the CPU fan, the Scythe Mugen 4. And show you now. We're going to discuss about the performance test that we have right here 2441. So according to the performance test 8.0, we do have our score is 2441, and it seems that we are better than the DP35TP 10061, and we are also better than the GAM7770 US3 motherboard, and we are also better than the P6 Deluxe 1366 that it has 2169, while we're having right here the 2441 for this computer. Now down we have the CPU mark. The i7 is 6215, and we are better than the Phenom 955 that is having the score 3976. This one, and we are just right here, but we are not better than the i7 that is 3720 QM clocked at 2.6 GHz, and it has the score 8303. And for the graphics card, we have the Radeon that is 503, and we are very close to the HD 5770. That is strange because this 5770 is a very weak video card, and if we had to compare this, we see that we are somewhere in this area, while this 5770 is right here. So yeah, of course, because it's using the 2D graphics mark, and if you go to the let's say in 3D mark, in 3D, we have the 4696, and of course we are better in 3D compared to the 5770 that is having the 1642. So they are right here, and we are just in this area. Yeah. Okay, so if you're moving along to the memory, our 12 GB DDR3 SSD RAM PC 1066, we have in the score 1519, while the other ones for the DDR2, that 4 GB is 909. So we are almost double. These are the score. And for the hard drives, this computer, the SSD 60 GB, that I'm having, the operating system, the Windows 10, is having this score 10,074, and we are better than the traditional hard drives, but not better than the Samsung that is having 64 GB, 2,846 and 3,822 respectively. Yeah. Okay, and now we head for the CPU mark. Right here we are having the, let's hope that the camera will focus eventually. Okay. I'm very disappointed by this smartphone, that I was expecting a lot more for the camera. But sometimes it's out of focus. Yeah, what can I say? So for the CPU, we're having the, like I said before, the AMD FX 8150, the 8 core. We have the 7552, and our score, pardon, for the A7 is 6215, and we are just right here. And of course the 81 from AMD 8150, there is 8 core, is having the score that 8303. Since it's the bulldozer architecture, of course it's better than us. The CPU, but not in all the tests, because there are differences. It doesn't mean that if the score is higher, it doesn't mean that in other tests the 8150 is better than the i7 that we have testing right here. So as you can see, we are better than the Phenom 955. We are better than the i7 920 that is right here to 12,370, and we are 17,525. The i7 is over here, and we are just right in this mark right here. Yeah.